Hey everybody, it's Johnny Slick one more time. What you see in front of you is, Out of the Park Baseball 2016. Version 16 actually. It's the 2015 version, so I don't have like an advanced copy or anything. Anyway, this is a game that I admittedly have sunk a lot of time into over the years. Out of the Park Baseball is basically the American slash baseball version of Football Manager. Very strategy intensive. And because it's baseball, it's really, really spreadsheety, which I guess you'll see in a moment. I am playing a historical game starting in the year 1901, just using the standard database. If I continue on with this, we can see a lot of the other options that are in there. I'm playing the Chicago Cubs, starting in the year 1901. Like I said, we're using historical rosters. And so here, this is the main page. Already, look at all like a spreadsheet. Oh, and trust me, it gets more and more spreadsheety as we go in. So if you like Microsoft Excel, you'll love Out of the Park Baseball. Anyway, okay, so let's take a look here. First up, before I go any further, let's take a look at the mail and news. One of the things that I like about this game is that you have owners. The owners expect you to do stuff. In this case, the owner wants me to play 500 ball. That's actually it right now. So normally, you're going to have some other things like, I want you to upgrade the shortstop or finish in the top 3 in steals or whatever. So you'll have these goals. If you don't meet them, especially the win-loss one, then they tend to get pretty testy. You can see the team name is the Orphans, not the Cubs. That is because I think actually it was after Cap Anson left them, they renamed themselves because he was gone, and orphaned them because he was kind of old when he left, and he'd been with them since basically the league started. They called themselves the Orphans. They would in turn call themselves the Cubs within the next couple of years. So that actually is handled by the game. The game will go in and figure out the team names and all that stuff for you. Let's see. So there are a couple of settings that I want to make sure that I change. So first and foremost, the big one. So these aging speeds are always a little tiny bit off. Whoops. And doing a little search on Out of the Park aging speed. I think the latest thing is come on. Memory serves, the latest word on aging speed is that it's pretty close to 1,000. But yeah, you can set these higher or lower, obviously, since that's the whole point. All right. You know what? Screw it. I'm going to actually start here with just the 1000s and everything. Usually I like having the numbers a bit higher than that because basically 1000 defaults to the historical major league averages, and I think players age a little bit more. Well, I could get into the way into the weeds on this, but I know in football there have been studies that have shown that when it comes to like quarterback aging, quarterbacks of course have the most robust statistics you can look at. The like half, I think, of quarterback aging occurs in their final season, which I don't know, sounds telling, but what it really means is that a quarterback has a bad season when they're old and they don't get another chance, and that's that. More than they're actually unable to play. So because of that, I like to tone down the age. You know what? In fact, I've just convinced myself I'm gonna going to go ahead and set batter aging to 0.9 and picture aging to 0.75. I think I'll just keep development where it is. I'm going to turn up randomness a little bit. So while I'm at this, injury frequency, I'm going to set that back up to normal, which is still actually lower than real life. So this is several years ago. One of the things about out of the park baseball is that guys get injured a lot more than you might expect, and that's real life. So the other thing I think I want to make sure that I check, lots and lots of settings you can do. This is a game that goes crazy, insane with the number of things you can do. So I'm going to be importing rookies, importing historical rookies. We could turn the draft off and just make it so that they go to each team. I don't think I'm going to do that though. I'm going to start with the Cubs, see if we can build them up to a dynasty. Actually, going to set rosters to 21 players to start with. I think 25-man rosters weren't set until the 1920s, and anyway, you don't use nearly as many guys. So there's a lot of guys on my team who, frankly, don't need to be there. Like, they've got Mal Eason. We don't have uniforms yet. Oh well. We can always add uniforms later on. That's a cool thing about the game, is that you can import your own uniforms, and often you kind of need to. So I think, Bert Cunningham's an old man. I'm going to send Charlie Ferguson down. All right, so let's take a look at our team. I normally actually don't like to play with ratings turned on, but you can see, why is Frank Chance A, playing catcher, and B, hitting leadoff? What? Frank Chance, of course, is the, I guess he did play catcher. Wow. That's not a great rating either for first base. There is a poem written in the early 20th century that is called Tinker to Evers to Chance, that talks about, he was part of the famed double play combination in Chicago. Back when Chicago baseball was actually good. I don't think Evers or Chance are part of the team yet. In fact, I'm almost positive that they're not. Cupid Childs. Let's see. So, can I look at the previous season yet? Even though the previous season doesn't exactly exist. Lots and lots of splits, because this is baseball. If you've watched baseball on the TV, then you know that then you know, well, or whatever, followed it at all, then you know that we are just insanely set with stats. In fact, I'm going to add some already. I'm going to see. Let's go with age. I don't really care about nationality, all that stuff. I kind of like looking at popularity, just because it kind of helps with kind of role-playingness. You can take that into account. Some of this stuff, so it's kind of amazing how these like work ethic and intelligence actually do impact player development. So that's something to watch out for. I'm going to concentrate on stats. Actually, a lot of times I'll go with stats only. Include sacrifice hits and sacrifice flies, even though sacrifice flies technically weren't a thing until 1950. Just to make it easier, the game doesn't keep track of those, or keeps track of the fact that major rule changes like that. I'm going to include, this is 1901. Fielding percentage is actually really, really important. Runner thrown out percentage, maybe not so much actually, so I'm just going to ignore that. Double plays actually aren't that important either, because you don't get very many of them. I do want to have my just fielding ratings set, just so I can see, make sure that I'm not starting complete bums at these positions, because it is really, really easy to say, oh, this guy looks good, and then you start him, and then it turns out that he is kind of garbage. So yeah, a lot of guys on my roster actually don't have, it's one of the Delahanty brothers? Wow. Okay. So a lot of guys have no previous experience in the majors. It's 1901. American League came to being And basically, wow, I've got nobody who plays left or center. Oh wait, Cozy Dolan, but that is it. So immediately I see that, why is Harry Croft even on the team in the first place? Probably because he was on the team in real life. Do I have anybody that I can put in there? No, I don't. That's great. Well, so we're going to be going without a left fielder or a center fielder for a while. That's fun. Jeez. And I forgot to save that. Stupid me. All right, I remember to save now. So, okay, so there we go. So I think we're just going to stick with the lineup as it is. We're going to have be in for a world of hurt here if somebody gets hurt. Might have been wise to keep it on low for the first couple of years, but oh well, we're going to go with it. So our pitching staff isn't exactly monstrous either. Man, yeah, we really don't have a lot. So let's go ahead and quick play till spring training. There wasn't spring training in 1901, but it's a good time to kind of get to know your players. In fact, I'm just gonna sim through spring training, I think. Let's see. Just go to opening day here, unless somebody gets hurt. Give us a little idea of the season, what the season's going to look like. Kind of 500-ish, it looks like. It's maybe a little what the heck up? Billy Sullivan. It's the other Sox, fortunately. Frank Chance got hurt. Ooh, 3 weeks. That's bad news. That means I'm going to be starting my backup catcher for 3 solid weeks while Frank Chance recovers from injury. Okay, let's see. Let's go ahead and stick him on the old disabled list. The 15-day disabled list that did not exist in 1901, but yeah. Oh, that's right. Why is Topsy Hartzell? What is going on? Topsy Hartzell, you are a left fielder, not a catcher. And I definitely don't want to put my catcher out there. In fact, backup catcher, you are going to go down there. Let's see. Blackjack Doyle. Oh, Dirty Jack. I think you can hit lead off. 34 steals. You got some speed. I'm actually just going to keep this lineup for both. You can set lineups for either hand, which is nice. For folks who don't know how the baseballs work, so right-handed hitters hit left-handed pitchers better than they hit right-handed pitchers. So because the balls, when they're moving in, they come into them. A right-handed hitter facing a left-handed pitcher, the balls go at them instead of away from them. So it's easier to pick up breaking balls for these folks. Let's see. So, but yeah, that is basically the way that works. That is going to suck, losing Frank Chance, because, yeah, your catcher will get tired. Well, we'll see. We have any free agents out here yet? Because I could really stand to pick up a third catcher or even a second catcher and move Frank Chance to first base, because I don't feel comfortable putting him at a catcher. I don't know. It's the stats nerd in me, like, Frank Chance is a first baseman. Apparently he played catcher, though. That's right. Major League Baseball transactions. We have free agents yet? No. One thing about starting the game this early is that basically every player is out there. They're probably not going to see any free agents until we're well into the season at the least, and really not at large numbers until next year when we draft and stuff. Whoops, don't want to autoplay. I want to go to opening day. Okay, game likes to calculate league statistics so that you don't wind up with guys hitting 40 home runs in 1901. Let's see. Team should play 500 ball. Yep. Do I have any top prospects? No, I do not. So yeah, Eddie Plank. These are all established guys who happen to be under 20 in 1901. But yeah, Davy Jones of the Brewers. That's yeah, that is a real thing. You got Buck Freeman got hurt as well. Spring training, that is completely inaccurate. 33 RBIs. Yeah, we needed to recalc. That's right. Okay, so let's see. That's my mail. Let's go to the game. So actually, so before we do that, actually, I want to look at Major League Baseball. Let's take a look at the league. Look at the league reports, because where is it? Well, power rankings would be nice. Where are we in power? I think that's one of those is, oh yeah, it's alphabetical because we haven't played any games yet. That's not what I want. I want preseason predictions. Where are you? You know something, I really don't need them. I think they go, oh, there. Preseason predictions. I am predicted to finish 70 and 70, exactly 500. So, yeah. And you can see guys did not hit a lot of home runs back then. Steals are actually too high for the era. Whatever, will live. If anybody, yeah, hey, Topsy Hartzell's supposed to be good, hitting 300. Also, Danny Green out there should be solid. Long Tom Hughes. His stuff of 11. 1901 is really nice. Wow, he's got some Ks, yeah. All right, let's see what we can do. Okay, opening up against the Cardinals, the hated St. Louis Cardinals. Farmer Burns is an actual player on that team. I like to get the going super fast. So I'm not going to play out every game. I do want to play out the first one just to see, get an idea of what my team is and see what's going on. Yeah, ball animation. We'll keep ball animation on. What the hell? I like to explode the play-by-play box so I can read it all. All right, so I think we're going to go with that. Here's my starting lineup. Cupid Childs leading it off. A longtime veteran, looks like, of the Spiders. CL4, the team that in 1899 went 20 and 134. It's actually so WAR is wins above replacement. That's a newfangled baseball stat. It is a measure of basically how good the player is. 6.361, that's MVP quality year. So you can see he was really good in the past. Last year he was actually below replacement, so we're hoping for a bounce back season from him. Looking at his ratings, probably not going to happen, but you never know. Topsy Hartzell and Danny Green are, I guess, my two studs. Topsy Hartzell played briefly in Cincy last year, basically was replacement level. Yeah, I am surprised that I'm predicted to go 500 because my guys don't have a lot of experience. Danny Green, one-win player, so not even really that good of a starter, but okay. Also got Charlie Dexter out there. Okay, let's get this party started. All right, so this is obviously not a major league, not a 1901 baseball stadium, but yeah, that's cool. You can't get them all. So you can actually import stadiums, and you can have this look however you want it to look. You can also make import ballpark factors so that guys hit home runs a lot in big home run ballparks and vice versa. 1901, I don't think park factors really make that big of a difference. They're probably way all over the place, but we don't have good data on that far back. So yeah. Also, the Cardinals, the uniforms did not look like that in 1901. You can also import uniforms if you want to do that. We're going to go ahead and get started. Let's see what Cupid does. I'm going to tell him to just swing away. Oh, you know what? Oh, is that okay? Good. I do have it on one pitch mode. All right, so let's see here. Pop Shriver is their catcher. I like Pop. Okay, Popsy. He is. Let's see. He's got. K's, blah, blah, blah. Okay, there's his arm, his average arm. That's what it showed down below. Cupid Childs is not the fastest guy anymore. I'm gonna try to steal him. Does that work at all? Yay! Got the steal. So in 1901, guys get caught stealing a lot. It is not a bad strategy, even though it's counter-historical to never ever steal. But I like to because it's historical to do so. On top of that, one thing that isn't reflected in stolen base and caught stealing stats is that dudes also commit a lot of errors back in these days. So a lot of times you'll get extra bases going on that. Wow, I probably shouldn't be starting this guy second, but oh well, that's what we're doing. Why do we have game started stats for the first half of the year but not the second? I don't know. Yeah, he was worth -1 win last season. That's great. All right. So you know what? We are actually at a point where I'm going to need to put a cut in it. So be with you next time for more of this exciting Chicago St. Louis tilt. I'm Johnny.